Hey guys, it's your girl Tiara Janae and I'm back with another video. Now today I'm bringing this new makeup look to you. It's a cut crease using some pigments and my JUVIAS Place products. Please make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, let's get into it. So I actually used a makeup wipe to clean her face prior to priming it with the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. Now right here you're seeing that I'm actually using brow gel to hold her brows into place. So I'm just cleaning her brows up a little bit with my eyebrow razor, and yeah. So this is just a brief eyebrow video. I'm not really going in depth with it. I'll actually post a completely separate video going more in depth and step by step on how to create the perfect brow. Now brows to me is definitely the most important feature when you're creating a makeup look. To me, if your brows are messed up, the whole look is just thrown off, sis. So we're gonna need to get this together and get it to perfection. Okay, well, okay, let me take that back. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we need it pretty damn close to perfect, okay? So now to clean up the brows, I'm actually going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the shade Fawn. So this is the finished look of her brows. I then went in with the Phillips Milk of Magnesia just to put on her face while I do her eyeshadow. So as you can see, I actually used the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, and then I went in with my JUVIAS Place, the chocolates, and that is the bottom left shade. At first I was really gonna do a soft look on her, and then I completely changed everything. I switched up the game, sis, and I was like, you know what, go big or go home. I got these new pigments. I got some really nice shades from JUVIAS Place because during quarantine, I don't know about you, but I just been spending a whole lot of money on makeup. So now I actually went ahead and went in with the JUVIAS Place, the Warrior 3, and this is the shade Candace. I also use JUVIAS Place, the Zulu, and I mixed both of those shades together with the purple from the Zulu palette and Candace. I mixed both of those shades together to create that really nice purple. So I'm now going in with the Violets palette by JUVIAS Place, and I'm going to be using that very dark purple in the top right corner. Now this part is going to be right where I'll be cutting the crease at. I'm not going to be putting it too high up because I don't want too much to be shown, but just enough. So I am using that Morphe brush just to be a little bit more precise as far as where I'm allowing that dark purple to go. I don't want it to go any higher than where it's at right now. So I was just being very precise with that. I then went in with that blending brush. I actually got that brush from Amazon. They have some really great brushes for really great prices. And I'm just blending that in. So you're going to see me go back and forth with the colors a few times here just to make sure that I have a good enough coverage. I did go ahead and spread that all over the eye, not just in the corner. So I did start in the corner and then I made my way over towards the center part of her eye. So I'm now actually going back into the Warrior 3 palette, and I'm going to be using that very bright neon pink called Fanti. So I'm actually going to be using that on top of that color just to pretty much blend everything in and give it a really nice soft look. So I'm now using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer to cut the crease. I also went ahead and created this brush myself for the perfect cut crease. So if you guys want to know how to make a great cut crease brush, just leave a comment down below and I'll make a separate video for it. So now I'm just using a separate brush to just tap away some of that extra product from the primer. Now you want to make sure that you don't take too much away, because remember, this is loose pigment, which means the consistency of it is like dust. So in order for the dust to stick, you need to make sure that you do have a nice sticky base. So I'm now going back in with those purples in the corner of the cut crease just to give it a really nice look and bring everything together. So here's the fun part. We're finally adding the loose pigment. So as you guys can see, I actually use a smaller brush to place the pigment on the lid. Now the reason why I did this is because I just wanted to have a lot more control and make sure that this loose pigment wasn't going anywhere else other than where I put it. Remember, this is loose pigment, so if you're not careful, this stuff will get everywhere. This pigment is so beautiful. Just so you guys know, I actually ordered this from Miwe Cosmetics on Instagram. They're a Black-owned business and they have very reasonable priced products. I get a lot of my products from them as far as my glitters and, as you can see, my pigments. So I went back into the Warrior 3 palette with the color Candace just to blend everything out seamlessly. I also used the Warrior 2 palette and used the color Shawasa. Now that is a very dark, well, I would say it's a black color. Now as you can see, I only used it very slightly. I pretty much just tapped the brush into it. Now if you know Juvia's place, you know that their products are very pigmented. I didn't want too much black so it would be overpowering, but something that would just blend in really good and give it that really nice dramatic look that I'm going for. So the lashes that I used for this look was from Fabulash. As you saw, I already went ahead and applied the duo glue to her liner, and then I added the lashes to complete the look. So once I completed the eye look, I went ahead and started to apply the foundation. Now the foundation that I'm using is going to be from the Maybelline Fit Me collection. I don't remember what shade it is, but I will list all of that information in the description box. So as you can see, I'm actually using a Real Technique foundation brush. I normally use the sculpting brush, but I couldn't find it, and as you can see right here, I found it and started using it. Now this brush is really great for applying foundation and blending it out seamlessly into the skin. It's awesome. So right here I'm just using the LA Girl Pro Concealer with the color Fawn, and I'm just putting it under her under eye. So I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer to sculpt out her nose right there. Now this process actually helps me to achieve a very straight looking nose. After doing that, I went ahead and put a little bit of that concealer underneath her nose, under her chin, and on her forehead. I then used a damp Real Technique Beauty Blender to blend everything out, and I went in with my JUVIAS Place setting powder in the shade Nami. Now to contour her face, I used the Black Radiance Deep Dark palette. Now this palette is bomb for medium to dark skin complexions. I used the shade Sculpt for her cheeks and her forehead, and then I went in with contour for her jawline. So I'm going back in with the shade Sculpt just to go ahead and contour her nose. I used a makeup wipe just to clean off the excess makeup on her lips. And then I went in with my JUVIAS Place Kola lip liner to line the outer line of her lips. I used a disposable makeup brush just to blend out the liner on her lips. And I went in with Shadiva Beauty Collection in the shade Baby Nude. I then topped it off with the NYX Liquid Suede in the shade Sandstorm. I went back in with the disposable brush just to blend everything in, and I also went back in with the lip liner just to create a little bit more definition to the lips that I created. So for her highlight, I went ahead and I used Bakwa, which is a eyeshadow shade from the Warrior palette by JUVIAS Place. And then to set her face, I used the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. So that actually completes the look for today. Make sure that you guys do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.